So here's where I jury-rigged the jacks into for now. So now we're going to take those out of there. Now if I remember, I'm going to have to undo all of these from inside of here, which might be a big old pain in the balls. I'm trying to pop these pins back out of this connector so I can get the jacks out of the back here where I had them jury-rigged. Which is also going to require cutting a couple of things. So I'm basically bringing this to the way it should have been done if you'd had it done, say, by Wine Country or Sequential Circuits originally. So we're going to put these back in. These aren't very important, and I'll probably never use them, but if you want it to be the way it was from the factory, then these should be there. These were the original, originally Sequential Circuits offered a sequencer. There was also a remote keytar that you could get that would have run through these jacks. I don't really know which one is what, but like I said, I'm never going to use them again, but I do want them to be there. So I'm just going to put them back in place here. And then the place where the actual MIDI jacks are going to go is right here. And I've got a stencil that came, or like a little guide that shows you where to punch the holes. And it's generally recommended that you use a grainly punch to do this, but I don't have one that's the right size. I only have one that's too big for XLR jacks. And they're not very easy to get locally unless you go to a big plumbing supply shop. So we're going to do this with a drill instead. I'm going to tape some plastic over this stuff as not to get like shards of metal into this while I'm drilling holes. It's not terribly easy to take all of this stuff back out of the chassis again. It'd probably be the right thing to do, but it's not the easy thing to do. I'm going to take this piece of plastic and cover all the things that I don't want metal to get into while I'm drilling holes. And I actually think that maybe I'm going to have to take all these jacks out in the back here to be safe, which they're all on this long bus wire, which could be sort of a problem. Careful not to break that bus wire while I'm doing this, but you never know. I can always replace it if it breaks. Alright, cool. I'm just going to take those two out. I'm taking those out so they don't get in the way while I'm drilling holes. I mean, realistically, you probably want to take all of this stuff out, but I am going to do this a slightly easier way. I am using this template that came with the MIDI kit to mark where the holes should be drilled for the each jack and the bolts that hold the jack in place.
Using a very high-tech method?
Yeah, my hammer and a very sharp screw. You could also use a center punch if you had the right tools, but you know, I don't have the right tools. I'm just doing it the way I can do it with what I got around, which works just fine. So let's take a look at this now. Yep, so now I had put a piece of tape down in order to get better markings than even what I would have gotten just banging the nail into the metal. Alright, so now we're going to take this on the roof.